I recently learned that my former best friend, with whom I shared a lifelong friendship from childhood until 4 years ago, has been diagnosed with terminal cancer. He has only a few months left, and I find myself indifferent. 4 years ago, I was engaged to a woman I believed was my soulmate. He was set to be my best man. Then I discovered they had been secretly involved for 2 years. Their plan was for her to marry me, file for divorce a year later, and take my house and finances to build a life together. When confronted, he claimed the divorce scheme was her idea, and that he was simply swept up in his feelings for her. He attempted an apology, but I reacted with anger, physically lashing out and cutting both of them from my life. He reached out multiple times to reconcile, but each time I rejected him harshly, consumed by betrayal. They ended up marrying each other regardless. Last month, his mother visited me. I hadn't seen her in years, but she always treated me like family, so I welcomed her warmly. She acknowledged the pain her son caused, condemning his actions and their relationship, but shared that he was recently diagnosed with terminal cancer. The disease was caught too late, and treatment is futile. He has less than a year left. She said he desperately wants to speak with me and express remorse before he passes. She didn't pressure me, but asked me to consider it before leaving. I've reflected on it, and I genuinely feel nothing. This isn't about my ex-fiancée anymore. I've moved on and am now happily married to a kind, authentic woman. It's about his deception, how he was complicit in a plan to devastate my life for 2 years. Had I not uncovered their scheme, they might be living in my home today. He destroyed our friendship irreparably. I no longer harbor the intense hatred I once felt. He's simply irrelevant to me now. His death will feel no different from hearing about a stranger's passing, and I feel no sympathy for him. Does this make me cold? She was supposed to divorce me and strip me of my home and savings, and he was fine with it, claiming he couldn't resist her. Really, someone devises a treacherous plan like that, and that's the person you fall for? Unbelievable. It's not just her deceit, it's that she targeted his closest friend and he went along with it. A true friend would have stopped her, called off the wedding, and pursued her honestly instead of plotting ruin. Even terrible people get sick. It doesn't redeem them. Honestly, both the ex-fiancé and former friend were foolish. How exactly did they think she'd claim my premarital assets after just 1 year? It's possible she was manipulating him, or maybe she was just clueless about divorce laws. Either way, it's telling. A skilled liar like her likely wasn't fully honest with him either. I wouldn't be surprised if she was unfaithful to him too. Deceivers don't suddenly reform, but that's not my concern anymore. The friendship was mourned 4 years ago. There's no need to grieve again. Apologies are for the wronged, not to ease the guilt of the betrayer. If there's nothing to say, there's no obligation to offer forgiveness. Preserve your peace. I'm a 26-year-old woman dating my boyfriend, let's call him Jake, 28 for 2 years. He's generally wonderful, kind, laid back, and deeply devoted to his family. But his behavior toward his sister, let's call her Leela, is driving me up the wall. He's always doted on her, even before recent events. Not in a controlling way, but she's always been his little princess. If she forgets her purse, he covers her expenses. If she mentions liking a movie trailer, he instantly plans to take her. He buys her snacks at theaters or amusement parks. If she's upset, he drops everything to comfort her. I understand siblings can be protective, but it's always felt excessive to me. As an only child, I figured I just didn't get their dynamic and let it slide. Now Leela, who's 6 months pregnant, takes it to another level. At meals, she helps herself to others' food, mostly Jake's, without asking, just saying, "Let me try that." She even eyes dishes on nearby tables. Once, she stared at a waiter carrying mozzarella sticks, and Jake immediately offered to order some for her. The one time he didn't share early in her pregnancy, she cried dramatically. She doesn't limit this to Jake. She expects it from her parents, friends, cousins, and even me. Last week at a restaurant, I ordered a special burger I was excited about. Leela chose something else but asked to try mine because it looked good. I offered fries instead, but she insisted on just a nibble. I held firm and she kept pushing, framing it as playful teasing like, "Come on, it's barely a bite, you won't notice." Jake arrived late due to traffic and offered to order the same burger to share with her. She made a fuss, saying she didn't want to take his food, just try mine. He ordered it anyway, and she didn't even like it. She also constantly demands people fetch things for her, a blanket if she's chilly, a water refill, or even to switch off a fan by her bed. Once, at their parents' house, she called Jake upstairs to turn off a light on her nightstand. Last night, we were at their parents for dinner, and I brought pastries for dessert. As soon as I set them down, Leela asked if they were from a bakery she loves and reached for the box. I asked her to wait so I could divide them fairly. She laughed, saying she wasn't going to eat them all, just wanted to see the flavors. Then their dad groaned in pain from a back injury, cutting the evening short. Jake and I went to the kitchen to portion the pastries, and Leela followed. When I opened the box, she pointed to a pink cookie, Jake's favorite, which I'd gotten for him, and said she loved it. Jake immediately placed it on the plate for their family. I took it back, explaining it was for him. He thanked me but said he wanted Leela to have it. Leela jokingly told him to kneel to his queen, and he playfully got on one knee, presenting the cookie. I lost it. I told Leela to stop acting entitled and immature, and that Jake's her brother, not her servant, and she needs to stop demanding he cater to her every whim. Her eyes welled up. She put the cookie back and asked us to leave. Jake told me to wait in the car while he spoke to his parents, taking the cookie with him in a napkin. When he got to the car, still holding the cookie, he looked upset. At home, he said I didn't need to be so harsh, that he's fine sharing with her since she's eating for 3, and wished I'd be more empathetic. I don't think I said anything cruel or false. Cravings are real, but that doesn't mean everyone's food is hers to claim. I'm fed up with her acting spoiled and Jake enabling her tantrums. Am I wrong? No, not wrong, but the outburst was futile except to give Leela ammunition to call me cruel, and Jake sided with her. Nothing suggests Jake will change how he treats Leela, nor will she stop her behavior. He willingly plays her devoted servant because he enjoys it. He defends her to me but doesn't defend me to her. This dynamic is entrenched. It'll likely worsen when her babies arrive. They'll become the family's priority, and that won't shift. Jake will likely babysit daily, attend appointments, maybe alone to give her breaks. He probably already goes to her checkups and plans to be in the delivery room. This is accurate. I care for Jake, but he and Leela have built this dynamic their whole lives, and he sees no issue with it. If it frustrated him but he was just indulging her pregnancy, that'd be one thing, annoying but fixable with boundaries. But he clearly loves playing her loyal knight. My resentment will only grow. Marrying him would be a mistake. Leela would probably show up in a white gown, demand a dance before me, and eat half the wedding cake before we cut it. It's time to reconsider staying in a relationship where I'm not prioritized. I'm a 25-year-old woman, and my fiancé, also 25, are planning our wedding for next fall. Early on, I made it clear I wanted a black wedding dress, fitting my gothic style since I was 13. My family has always supported my choices, and I assumed my fiancé's mother, Anna, accepted me fully, especially since he said she adored me. That changed when she learned I wanted a black, or mostly black, wedding dress. I shared our Pinterest board for the wedding's aesthetic, including dress styles I liked. Anna called, asking if I liked the dress's designs or their color. I explained I preferred a black dress because white washes out my pale skin. I'd worry about stains, and it's just not me. This triggered her. She yelled that wedding dresses must be white and revealed she wanted me to wear her dress, something she'd never mentioned before. Weeks later, my fiancé and I are considering a compromise. A white dress for the ceremony, not Anna's, and a black one for the reception. But I'm reluctant, as most photos will feature the ceremony dress, and I won't feel authentic. Anna also insists I cover my arm tattoos and dye my red-tipped hair back to brown or wear it in a bun. Should we compromise? Starting a marriage by suppressing my identity feels wrong. A dress color or hairstyle doesn't hurt anyone. It's just about outdated norms that are fading. If Anna can't accept a non-white dress, that's her issue, not mine. My fiancé needs to decide who he's marrying, me or his mother. He should support me, as I'm his chosen partner. Letting Anna dictate this sets a precedent for her to meddle in our home, kids' names, careers, or schools. Boundaries must be set now. I wore a black dress at my wedding, felt incredible, and have no regrets. Don't compromise. The only person to negotiate wedding details with is the groom. When Anna remarries, she can choose the bride's dress. My father had a child with another woman, while my mother was pregnant with me. I'm a teen male, their only child. Emma, a teen female, is the daughter of his now wife. When my parents divorced, my father prioritized Emma and her mother, barely being part of my life. I heard rumors at school he went to jail for unpaid child support, though my mom never confirmed it. I don't acknowledge Emma as family and tell people I'm an only child with just a mom, which has mostly been true. Last year, my father began pushing for visitation, making me spend 3 nights a month at his house. I haven't connected with his family, and Emma and I dislike each other. She's jealous I'm his only son, believing it's why he's trying to reconnect. I can't stand how she insults my mom, and I've insulted her mom in return for sleeping with a married man. I used to resent her for having a father when I didn't, but now it's just her hypocrisy that bothers me. Since my father started rebuilding our relationship, Emma's been reckless, drinking, using drugs, chasing boys, and riding with reckless drivers. She seeks attention at parties. I avoid those events because of her and ignore her when I see her. My father asked me to watch out for her safety, but I told him it's not my responsibility and I don't care about her. He tried calling her my sister, but I shut that down. Last week, she went missing for days, ending up at some guy's house. I saw her with him at school but didn't intervene. This angered my father, who confronted me at my mom's house, yelling. I was unfazed. He might stop my visits, which I'd prefer. Emma hasn't returned to school and I don't know or care if she's okay. That made me wonder if I'm heartless. We've known each other our whole lives, related or not. Am I wrong? No, not wrong. As a teen, it's not my job to supervise another teen. Emma clearly needs professional help for her behavior. Save any proof of my father blaming me for her actions to ensure I stay with my mom. He's creating an unsafe environment and expecting his kids to manage it instead of parenting. Absolutely, I'm a kid caught in my father's mess. It's not my duty to protect someone I'm not close to, especially when the adults have failed us both. Cold? Maybe. Evil? No, I'm just done with burdens that aren't mine. Emma might be acting out because she feels inadequate compared to me, or resents sharing space with someone she dislikes. Or perhaps my father's avoiding parenting her entirely. Either way, her mother's absence in this chaos is glaring. Both of her parents seem to be failing her, just as they've failed me. To push back, I could call my father every time I see Emma doing something risky, tell him her location, and make it clear it's his job to handle, not mine. Let her know it's what he asked. It's petty, but it forces accountability. While I don't like her, she's navigating the same messy circumstances I am, and she's struggling too.